Hi everyone, my name's Anjali and welcome today to our WOCY Family Breaks with teens and adults where we are celebrating Bahamas Independence Day. This is a day to think about the Bahamas, its culture, the people, the islands, and they are here, the 700 islands just off the coast of Florida in the USA. So, the Bahamas, the most beautiful place from space. That is what Scott Kelly, a US astronaut, once said to describe the Bahamas. And when we think about beautiful places like the Bahamas, we often think about them being really peaceful places. And so it made me think, you know what, when I look at the world around me, when I'm really open to seeing that there is great beauty in everything, in what I do, what I see, what I hear, what I feel, then actually it helps me to feel really peaceful. So I'd like to encourage you to think about that as you move through this session today, but also think about that today and just as a thought, looking for beauty and seeing it, feeling it really does help us to feel peaceful. Okay, so before we start our WOCY family break, please remember to be kind, to listen to your bodies, to only do what is comfortable. No overstretching, no being competitive, no thinking I can, I must, I should be able to do this. Allow your body to do what it feels it can do today. Listen to your breathing. Your breathing will tell you what your body can do. If your breathing gets really fast and really a bit labored, a bit ragged, then slow things down, ease things out, and just go with what feels right with your natural breath. And that's all about respecting yourself, respecting your space, your yoga space, this time for you. Look after yourself, make sure you've got space to move around easily, and also the space that anyone else you're doing yoga with as well. This is family yoga. They have space to move around too. All right, so I've shown you this beautiful pink sands in the Bahamas, on the Great Bahama Island. And when I look at this picture, it almost makes me think that I can smell the fresh sea air. So I'd like us to start our WOCY breath with a really deep breath in. And then breathe out. And breathe out and let those shoulders relax and rest, feeling peaceful as if you can smell that fresh, crisp sea air. Breathe in. And out. One more time, breathe in and out. Lovely. All right, let's move on to our WOCY warm up now. And when I think about the Bahamas, it always makes me curious, where did this name come from? So Christopher Columbus in 1492, when he came across the Bahamas, he was absolutely bowled over, absolutely amazed by the shallow waters around the Bahamas. Now, shallow waters in Spanish means is Bahama, and so it was Bahamas is what came out of that description of Bahama. All right, so if we think about the shallow waters, I'd like us to please sit up tall. Use your hands behind us to support our backs. Keep your shoulders relaxed. You might want to have your hands down to the floor. And then we're using our legs, the muscles, straightening, lengthening. Remember peacefulness as we imagine that we are splashing through the shallow waters of Bahama, of the Bahamas. Right, so we're really working our core. We're supporting. You can move your hands to make them more comfortable. I've just taken mine wider apart. Let's try and straighten your back as much as you can. Feel those muscles in your legs, particularly in your quadriceps, your thighs moving. Your tummy is definitely activating. Peacefully, we are splashing through the waters of Bahama. Okay, so if I think about our WOCY exercise now, a peaceful sport, people often associate fishing with a peaceful sport. And in fact, with so much marine life around the Bahamas, one of the best, most well-known sports and spots for this particular sport is the Bahamas. So we've got sport fishing that takes place in the Bahamas. So I'd like us to really emulate the motions of this fishing. So standing one foot in front of the other, we're preparing to do a warrior stance. Okay, so have those feet as wide apart as you feel comfortable so that when you bend your knee, adjust as you need to. You've got your hips turned towards your knee. Your hips come above your ankle. You can still just see your toes. Right, we're going to stretch out our fishing rod in front of us and we're going to lean forwards. Okay, so you are stretching out your fishing rod. You are lifting it up. Your rod goes up, you're going to let go of your hand, same side as your leg that's behind you. You're going to flick that rod back and then you are going to swing that rod forwards into the sea, okay? So feel the strengthening through your legs, the balancing that we're doing, moving slowly through this range of movements, stretching your body. Feel a slight twist to the side of your body. Nice long stretch to your legs with strength and control. You are doing a bit of sport fishing. Right, let us swap sides just to give a little bit less pressure onto our legs, a little bit less activity, bringing your hands down towards the floor. As you swap sides, allow your feet to reposition. So now you've got your other foot that's facing forwards, got your hips facing forwards. You might want to adjust your back foot, should be coming in a little bit. Push down strong into your feet. Yes, yes, yes. Now if you need to, come up at any time. Remember to be kind to your bodies and then you can re-engage with this pose. We're stretching forwards with our fishing rod, really challenging that balance, strengthening those thighs. Up we come. Stay in that warrior one pose, stretching your fishing rod up, releasing your hand back as we come into a reverse warrior pose. Feel that stretch, feel that lengthener. Wonderful stretch. Up we come and down we come to swing the fishing rod and the line into the sea. Right, one more time if you can. I know you're probably feeling that real strengthening through your legs. Here we go, real poise and balance with trying to engage here. Strengthen your core is what's really required. And then let us come down, hands to the floor, step your feet forwards, and let's come into a WOCY stretch as we are dangling our hands down to the floor. We're stretching out our legs, taking that pressure, that weight off your thighs, letting your back just move. I like giving my back a little bit of a wiggle while I'm down here. It helps me feel comfortable. Feel the stretch in your legs. Relax your head as we are here doing our WOCY stretch. And I'm just going to shuffle over to the side to show you the underwater caves, the Lucayan underwater caves that are present in the Bahamas. It's the longest underwater cave system formed as a result of the Ice Age and the limestone rock that exists around the Bahamas. And as we think about a cave and some sort of hole we're creating, this is the visual of what we are creating here in our WOCY stretch, in our standing forward bend. Really letting our backs ease out, stretch out, our legs stretch out, squeezing our tummies, great for massaging your internal organs, really great for massaging your digestive system too. Okay, bend your knees now as you come down to the floor. And we leave the peace and quiet of the underwater caves. And we come to imagine we're sitting on this restful sand. And the great thing about sand, or maybe not the great thing about sand, is it does tend to get everywhere. So it made me think that this is a great time. If we imagine walking on a beach, or if you like sand, just get some sand and put your feet in it. It is a great sensation of that sand trickling between your toes, but then it does have a habit of getting stuck. Now, if you don't really like touching your feet, you can do the same with your hands, and I'd like you to take a bit of time for yourself, a bit of peace and quiet, which self-massage gives you. You are accessing the biggest organ in your body when you give yourself a massage. And that biggest organ in your body, we don't always use it enough. We don't always allow it, nurture it, to allow us to feel calm and peacefulness, which is what it can do. So as you can see, I am massaging my fingers. You might even massage your toes as if you're trying to remove the gritty sand from between and around your fingers and your toes. If you are doing toes, then please make sure you complete one side of your body, one foot and then the other. You can obviously, of course, I've been alternating between my feet and my toes, and I've just noticed it's really interesting. I did a little bit of reflexology training, and I'm quite aware of what happens when I massage different areas of my feet or hands, and just notice if I just felt there was a little bit of soreness in one of my toes, and just notice if that happens. You can never massage and rub your toes or your fingers too much, and maybe just give that little area a bit of an extra massage, a nice, calm, relaxing massage. Take a deep breath and see if that little area of discomfort, or if it's really painful, just stop and think, well, is there anywhere else in my body that doesn't feel quite settled or balanced today? And then just let it go. You might not know what it is, but maybe the sensation of massaging that area can help that feel a little bit better. When you've finished with your self-care, peaceful massage, bring your hands together in front of you as we say Namaste. We close our class today with the light in me honours the light in you. Thank you very much for joining me for our WOCY family breaks with teens and adults, where we have celebrated Bahamas Independence Day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.